Leasehold, freehold, very, very unheard of, unique,
Yeah,
bit complicated, bit simple, but it happens. At least when you think leasing a property, you think, okay, a real estate agency, you lease a house, you lease it for 12 months, but you can actually own a property by leasing a property, and that's called leasehold.
that's right. A lot of people don't realise. So I'm actually selling one at the moment, a leasehold property which is down at 5 Marine Parade in Manly, down on the ocean front. Now, a lot of the properties that are down there along that ocean front in Manly, particularly on that what we call the Eastern Hill in Manly, it's not just there. There's leasehold properties all over the world, but this particular property is actually on Catholic Church land.
So who owns the lease?
So the Catholic Church, in this instance, it's not always the case, guys. It's
Yep.
not always the church. I've actually got another property where a portion of the property is leasehold and a portion of the property is freehold. So the small portion that is leasehold in this other property that I'm referring to is actually owned by the Maritimes. And there is an option there to actually purchase that land off the Maritimes. And it's not a lot of money because the Maritimes actually don't have any use for this particular parcel of land. But the Catholic Church never sell their land, or I should say rarely, rarely, rarely sell their land.
Biggest landowner in the world.
Biggest landowner in the world. But it's quite interesting, Mark, because I know we were over in the UK about a year ago and we were speaking with some real estate agents over there. And that is just so normal over there in the UK.
Did you know that all of Canberra is leasehold?
Yeah, that's right. I was actually speaking with someone who lives in Canberra the other day.
They all make, everyone makes money.
That's right. So it's something, that buyers get very, very nervous about. They're like, what if they take the lease
People
back?
freak.
They really do.
Freak.
And the reality
They don't
is,
know about it.
well, that's right. But the reality is that they actually, particularly the Catholic Church, they don't want the land. They're very happy with the leasehold and the money that provides for the church.
I read something up on it years ago that the Catholic Church is often given these large portions, farms, acres of land, long time ago to support their community. So there's still an onus and there's still a responsibility to support their community. So they're not going to be putting a casino on there.
No,
they're going to be doing stuff for the people to serve the local community.
that's right. As opposed with freehold. Now, you could certainly argue that something that is freehold is going to achieve a higher price than something that is leasehold. Additionally, what a lot of people don't know is, in some circumstances, if a property is leasehold, there is no land tax applicable.
That's stunning.
Which is unbelievable. In some cases.
And if you guys are if you guys are thinking, who cares? Some of these guys are paying 50 or 100 grand every single year because it's an investment property and it is subject to land tax. This is normal properties.
Not only that,
big ticket item.
That is a huge big ticket item. But not only that, a lot of people also would argue that leasehold properties don't go up in value at the same rate that freehold properties do. That is false and misleading. That is absolutely not the case. In fact, I could. There was a property that sold down in Manly actually that was on leasehold on church land, and that just sold for circa $35 million. So it most certainly does achieve.
Often, guys, these leases are bigger than your lifetime, twice or three times. They can be. So you can get a lease for as long as 99 years. You can get it longer, but normally you see it about 99 years as a max. And then sometimes if they're coming up towards expiry, maybe 5 or 10 years. But generally, I've never seen them not extended. Now I've got a list of other people. We talk about Catholic Church being leaseholders.
Yep.
Crown leasehold land, New South Wales. So I think, for instance, some places around the Opera House, Circular Quay, Barangaroo, those places are, you look at them and think just normal unit block. Nope, they're leasehold. Local government leasehold. Corporates can also do that with private leasehold land for long-term leases. I know manufactured homes. in New South Wales. So some people actually rent out, they do like a land lease for 99 years, 50 years, whatever, and you build your house on there. And you can sell it for pretty much regular value. It's not,
You can.
the
Yeah.
banks lend on it. It's pretty, yeah, so it's,
You certainly can.
it's out there.
What I find is most people usually, particularly with the Catholic Church land that's leasehold, most people usually will take out a lease there for 20 or 25 years. The big thing to note there is that if it is on Catholic Church land, usually they want that lease payment within 90 days, and it's payment up front. It's payment up front. So you increase that, lease by, say, let's call it 20 years, that the Catholic Church are going to want that payment within 3 months up front for that 20-year duration.
And then normally, or there can be upfront, and then like a little bit of rent along the way.
Yep.
A little bit of rent along the way.
But,
sometimes.
but do people buy it? Absolutely. Are some of the best properties in the world on leasehold land? Absolutely. Do they sell for record prices? Absolutely.
Some entire countries, that is their ethos philosophy.
That's right.
They don't sell it out like Australia. They actually do it. They lease it out permanently. So much like our Canberra, all of Canberra leasehold. So everyone who has a house there, it's a leasehold home, but they're worth a lot of money. They go up regular.
Yep.
Some entire countries are like that.
As opposed to freehold, where you are the owner of that property and that land as well. But, as I mentioned, with that can come large land tax implications.
Yes.
All right, guys, it's been a short and sweet one. Hopefully that's helped some of you. And if we can assist at all with landhold versus freehold, feel free to reach out. We're very, very happy to help you.
Boom.
See you guys. Take care.
Take care.